Usually, the first ground reference maneuver introduced is the rectangular course. It resembles the airport traffic pattern without the additional burden of the takeoff and landing. Select a rectangular or square field with sides between 1/2 and 1 mile long, with boundaries defined by roads or section lines. The airplane is flown outside the rectangle, parallel to the boundaries. The distance from the boundaries should be the same distance as the downwind leg of the traffic pattern is from the runway. Turns should be made to the right as well as the left and should not exceed the medium bank turns used in the traffic pattern. The boundary should be where the runway is on the wing strut of a high-wing airplane. If you're too close, the boundary will be hard to see and the turns will be too steep. Too far away and you wouldn't be able to reach the runway should an engine failure occur in the traffic pattern. The entry can be practiced on any of the legs, either straight into the leg or with a 45-degree angle. The preferred entry is 45 degrees to the downwind leg, as on an airport traffic pattern. Let's fly a rectangular course with turns to the right, starting on the upwind leg. As you approach the boundary for the crosswind leg, look at the distance from the boundary you're paralleling and project that distance out from the next boundary to pick a point where you want the airplane to be when the turn is finished. Doing this for all the turns will help you maintain the correct distance from the boundaries. The turn to the crosswind leg is started when the airplane is abeam or even with the corner. It starts into a direct headwind and ends with a crosswind. This turn will be less than 90 degrees because the airplane will have to be crabbed to compensate for the crosswind from the left. As you fly the crosswind leg, adjust the crab if needed to maintain a uniform distance from the boundary. Approaching the downwind leg, select a point where the airplane should be when the turn is finished. As with all turns, start the turn when the airplane is abeam the downwind boundary. The turn should be finished when the airplane is abeam the crosswind boundary. Because of the crab, the turn will be greater than 90 degrees. Throughout the maneuver, remember to watch for traffic. On the next leg, the wind will be from the right, calling for a crab to the right. In order to roll out of the turn on the crab heading, the turn will be greater than 90 degrees. As you fly this crosswind leg, adjust the crab angle if the initial heading does not parallel the boundary. Coming up on the upwind leg, pick your point and roll into the turn abeam the upwind boundary. This turn will be less than 90 degrees.